Very good morning, children. So, yesterday we were discussing about food chains and food webs. Okay. Food chain in nature, food chain in grassland, and food chain in a pond. And all of these are commonly are divided by a system called trophic level. So, trophic level, to understand it, there are some points already we discussed here. See, the autotrophs capture the energy present in sunlight and convert it into chemical energy. So first there are producers. So these are the main part of the trophic level. From that producers, the food goes on transferring from one level to other level, and almost all the above three levels are consumers. So herbivores, carnivores, omnivores are the main consumers. Producers are using the sunlight and carbon dioxide. They are converting sunlight or solar energy to chemical energy. From autotrophs, the energy goes to the heterotrophs. Okay. So how does it take place actually? First, autotrophs will be there. Autotrophs means they are the organisms which have the ability to prepare their own food. Okay. So this autotroph, from the autotrophs, the energy goes to the heterotrophs. The energy goes to the heterotrophs and decomposers plus decomp. For this, the energy will be transferred. However, as we saw in the previous chapter on source of energy, I think you may be knowing about source of energy. When one form of energy is changed to another, some energy is lost. So whenever energy is transferred from one level to other level, okay, there what means some energy is lost. Energy is lost when energy transfer takes place from one level to other level. Energy loss will take place during transfer of energy. The flow of energy varies between various components of the environment. So energy flow will vary with various components of the environment. So this has been extensively studied and it has been found that. So about this, some of the criteria, some of the results we got here. About the energy, how does energy transfer take place, what energy is used and what energy is transferred and how much energy is lost. Okay. So first here, the green plants in a terrestrial ecosystem. If you take a terrestrial ecosystem, so terrestrial is nothing, it's a land ecosystem. Generally it is land. Here what happens? The green plants in a terrestrial ecosystem capture about 1% of the energy. So they will take 1% of energy from the sunlight that falls on their leaves. So what they do? That falls on their leaves. They take only 1% on their leaves and convert into food. And convert into food energy. Okay. This is first one. Again, when green plants are eaten by primary consumers. So green plants are eaten by whom? Primary consumers. So for this you can keep a simple diagram for your sake, it will be easy to clarify yourself. So this is producers, primary consumer, secondary, tertiary. When green plants are eaten by primary consumers, when these primary plant consumers will eat the green plants, a great deal of energy is lost. Great deal of energy is lost here. Energy is lost. Why? As heat to the environment. It is lost because in the form of heat. So in the form of heat, most of the energy is lost. At the primary consumer level. Okay. Some amount goes into digestion. So how it is used here? Some of energy will be used for the primary consumers will use that, and some amount will go for doing work. Okay. And rest will go to the growth and reproduction. Growth and reproduction of organism. Okay. So at first level, terrestrial level, 1% of energy falls on their leaves, and that food leaves convert chemical energy into food energy. And second, primary consumer happens, green plants are consumed by primary consumers, and here there is a lot of energy lost in the form of heat, in the form of digestion, and in the form of doing work and growth and reproduction. Most of the energy is used there. Okay. An average of 10% of the food eaten is turned into its own body. So average of 10% food eaten is turned into own body. Whatever the food is eaten by primary consumer, 10% of that is used for this all above work and made available for next level of consumers. So when these will use 10%, remaining energy will go to the other level. Which level? Next level. Okay. Therefore 10% can be taken as average value for the amount of organic matter. So 10% is the amount of organic matter. What happens here? That is present in each step and reaches the next level of consumers. So in each level there is 10%. This 10% will reach to each level. Okay. So each level, to the next level it is transferred or reaches. Okay. Now, since so little energy is available for next level of consumers, very little, 10% is very little amount of energy. What happens here? For next level consumers, it is very less. Food chain generally consists of only 3 or 4 steps. So food chain contains, I told already, there may be only 3 or maximum 4 steps. The loss of energy at each step is so great that very little usable energy remains after 4 trophic levels. So from one level, trophic level 1, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. Okay. So when energy goes on transferring from one level to other level, large quantity of energy is used here, but only very little energy will be left here at the last. Okay. There are generally a greater number of individuals at the lower trophic levels of an ecosystem. At the lower trophic level means consumer level. At this level, there are very large number of individuals. Great number of individuals are present at lower trophic level of an ecosystem. The greatest number is of the producers. So greatest number will be the what? Producers. It has highest number of consumers are present in the at the primary consumer level. Sorry, greatest number will be at primary producers, which we call producers. At trophic level is producers. So producers are in large number because generally a great number of individuals at the lower trophic levels of an system, the greatest number of is of the producers. So greatest number will be the producers. So this is producers. The length and complexity of food chain vary greatly. So length and complexity, there is very different in the length and complexity of food chain. Food chain. Each organism is generally eaten by two or more other kinds of organism. See, each organism, suppose one organism is there. Okay. So this is eaten by either two of them. Two of them will eat the one organism or other kinds of organisms. They may eat two of them will eat same kind of organism or other kind of organism. Which in turn are eaten by several other organisms. Again, these are eaten by several organisms. Several other organisms will be eating that. So instead of a straight line food chain, so there is, instead of this straight line food chain, what we have, the relationship can be shown as a series of branching lines called a food web. So instead of having a food chain which is a straight line, we are able to show all these relations using a complex mixed up line segments called food web. Food web. So from the diagram, we'll draw a simple diagram here. So here, first of all, producers use sunlight. Okay. And these are eaten by herbivores, and most of the herbivores are consumed by carnivores. And the next trophic level is top carnivores. Top carnivores. So this is diagram showing flow of energy. This is a diagram which shows flow of energy from one level to other level. Now, from this diagram of 15.4, this one, what we can have, two things are clear. From this, two things we get clear idea. Firstly, the flow of energy is unidirectional. Here the energy flow is single direction, only unidirectional. The flow of energy is what? Unidirectional, single direction. Unidirectional. This is one point. Okay. Secondly, means the energy that is captured by the autotrophs does not revert back to the solar input, and the energy which passes to herbivores does not come back to the autotrophs. Whatever the energy is used up here, that will not come back. Whether it's producers and it is taken by herbivores and carnivores, top carnivores, that energy will not revert back to the solar input. And again, this energy will not come back to the solar input. Okay. And the energy which passes to herbivores does not come back to the autotrophs. So this energy which is passed from autotrophs will not come back. It is passing from one level to other level in a straight line, straight direction. As it moves progressively through the various trophic level, it is no longer available to the previous level. As the energy goes on moving, after some levels, this energy will not be available to the upper level also. Means even though it is flow of energy is unidirectional, and first of all energy will not flow back, and the energy usage is very large at this point. So due to that, at the top level, the energy availability will be less, or sometimes there is no longer availability of energy will be at the topper level. This is one point. Second point, the energy availability at trophic level get diminished. I was discussing that one. Energy level or energy availability will go on get diminished at each level. Means it will get reduced. Diminution sense get reduced from one level to other level due to loss of energy at least. Why it is lost? Because large quantity of energy is lost. I told, whenever energy is flowing from one trophic level to other trophic level, at each level 10% of energy is taken and it is utilized, and most of the energy is lost there. Okay.